Filthy pig.
Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Boomer vs. Doomer. I'm Jeremy, and that's Dan the Boomer. Dan, say hello to the people.
Hello.
Please. You already threw your timing off. This week, it was Boomer's choice, and he chose 2025's A House of Dynamite, brought to us by Netflix, starring Rebecca Ferguson as Olivia Walker, Idris Elba as the President of the United States, and Gabriel Basso as Jake Barrington. Boomer, if you could summarize your viewing experience of A House of Dynamite, just briefly, how would you do it?
Briefly, I started to get involved a little bit, and then they jumped ship on me and did the time change, and they did that twice before I realized what was going on. You never go back. Once they leave something, it's over.
No,
yeah, and you're just getting involved with these characters and this situation and stuff, and then it was like six little movies stitched together.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah, it was. It didn't work for me. The whole thing that they did with the time, it did not work for me.
What did you like about House of Dynamite? Go.
Spoilers.
Well, in the beginning, and in each segment, it kind of drew you in a little bit, and you got involved with the scenario that was going on and the people in the movie. But then they drop it and move on to the next one without any resolution or anything, So,
well, yeah. So this movie, if you haven't seen it, has what I would describe as three first acts. It never really has a second act or a third act. It's just the same first act that we see from different perspectives every time. But we'll talk about that when we get to the bad. Were there any of the three acts, the three perspective changes? Because we got three different times that the characters change. Was there anyone that stuck out to you that you liked better?
I liked the first one with Rebecca Ferguson.
Yeah, I thought she was really good. She stuck out as. Mm-hmm. And
the guys in Alaska, Ramos or whatever his name is, Anthony Ramos.
That's the actor's name, yeah. He plays Major Daniel something, and yeah, they were good. That first part where we're meeting everybody, we're finding out the situation, what's going on.
It was interesting.
There were some shots from the inside and the outside of a stealth bomber that I thought looked cool.
Yeah.
And then, by the third time we're telling the same story, we get to see Idris Elba as the president, and I always like Idris Elba as the president. I would vote. I'm not a celebrity for politics guy, but Idris Elba, I
he plays a good president.
Okay, so is that everything good you have to say about A House of Dynamite?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, okay, so let's get into the bad. What did you not like?
Well, obviously the time jumping around, And
yeah, I'd say I was learning characters' names the first time they told the story, and by the second I stopped getting anybody's name.
Yeah, because what's the point?
Yeah. And it's like, what was driving me crazy is you're telling this story three times in three different sets of eyes, basically, but you don't give any new information every time.
They don't resolve
the same
anything.
shit, the same beats get hit three times. The GBI is missing. The global ballistic intercepting.
The countdown of the time.
Yeah. The first time, it was tense. I was like, oh, shit, what's going on?
You knew what was going on.
And then, then they switch characters, and we're back in time, and it doesn't tell us that.
And here's the thing. Any one of those would have been okay if they would have just ran that as and continued it and finished it and put a middle and an end on it.
Yes.
As a movie itself. But the three of them put together did not work.
Yeah, I stopped learning characters' names after that first one. It's like, okay, we're going back in time.
But I was expecting that first one to go. I kept thinking we were going to go back to Alaska. I kept thinking we were going to go to the Pentagon, find out what was going on with her family. No, none of that.
No, nothing gets resolved. There's no resolution.
Cut away and they bring in another. It's over. That part of the movie's over. And they never really finished the movie at all.
So I don't know anything about nuclear weapons and the military or anything. And this did feel like a giant advertisement for the military, by the way. But So if a nuke is launched, you get one shot, and if you miss it, you're just fucked. Like, is North Korea watching this movie going like, oh, wait, so if we just shoot
once
two
you
missiles?
launch them, they're launched.
Well, I'm saying, like, they had one chance to intercept it, and if they don't, then what, it's just nuclear holocaust? Like, is that how that works? That's very scary if that's how that
got
works.
to shoot it down within a certain amount of time, or else, yeah.
And
You don't have enough time.
Well,
They go so fast that you got a certain window that you get the missile up there to take it out, and if it misses, you don't. It's going to hit before you do get another one.
Yeah, like I said, I don't know anything about how any of this works, but it just, to me, it's like, is this actually how it works? Because that's pretty scary if it is. I do have written in my notes in all caps. I'm guessing this is at the start of the second act, which was first act part 2, Electric Boogaloo. It starts the day over, WTF, because we move these characters whose perspective we see the second time around are people we've met, but like peripherally, like the general and all that.
Yeah.
But again, it doesn't add anything new. What the fuck
That's
was
what
the
I
point?
said. They should. It was like any one of them could have been a movie on its own.
Well, yeah,
But finish it rather than just go on and start a new movie. You know.
well, and this is like an interesting storytelling tool that other movies have used. But normally, when you change perspectives, you get new information. At no point did we get new information. We just got different people's reactions to the same thing. We didn't get really when we're Jake Barrington, which was like the deputy director of some whatever. That's Gabriel Basso's character. You know, we see his perspective. He's got his earbuds in. He's walking around, and it's like, but he didn't add anything new. He talked to the Russians. But that was it. We already knew that from the first act. We just saw how it happened.
No,
but it wasn't
insight at all.
interesting.
No.
And it wasn't important.
No, it was just the same thing over.
I did pause to check the time, thinking like, all right, I'm probably like 3/4, 4/5 of the way through this movie.
Yeah.
Half. I was halfway through.
Yeah.
Okay. I was 48 minutes.
When you're stopping to check how far you are, it's not a good experience.
Yeah. Halfway through.
Yeah.
And that was in the middle of the second change. And then we see the same goddamn story again, only from the president's perspective. And I like Idris Elba, and he's a respectable actor. He does a great job. He was in the greatest movie of all time, Pacific Rim. But wasted here.
Greatest movie of all time.
Greatest movie of all time. Fight me. We have to watch the same story, which was an okay story, but by the third fucking time, I don't care any. I want the nuke to land on me.
Yeah, and nothing new. They didn't show anything new, like you said.
And we just keep learning about. We meet the president's wife. She's on safari. It's like none of this added.
What did the safari have to even do with it?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
It didn't. This is a movie with 3 first acts. I don't understand. Like, okay, normally if somebody says what was the point of this movie, I think that's a stupid question because like
I can't even make one up about this one.
Right. Well, that's the thing is like. Normally, the point is to entertain you or educate or
just
show a good
make
story
some money.
or make some money.
Yeah.
What was the point of telling the same story 3 times and then not even fucking ending it? That was the worst part.
When it was over, I was like, it caught me by surprise. It took me, 4 or 5 seconds to realize that they weren't going to switch to another first act.
Well, and it's like, okay. At least have the fucking decency. If I have to watch this story 3 times unfold, at least give me an ending.
No ending.
Not even and like.
But we should consider ourselves lucky. At least they didn't put another beginning on it.
Well, yeah, you could have just fucking. We didn't
But
get
it
a
would
whole
never
day's-
end. They weren't going to ever end it. They would start it if there was more. It would have been another beginning.
Well, that's
it
the
would have
thing.
been a perspective of the pigeons.
We didn't get
flying around
the White
outside.
House barista's point of view from that morning. Like,
No.
what the fuck? You could. It doesn't make any sense to tell the same story 3 times, but each time you add nothing new, and you don't conclude it at all. It didn't even like we don't even know if the missile hit. What?
No.
What are you doing? I looked to see like who the writer of this movie was, because it's like, Hollywood don't give him any more work. Okay, it's billed as like a political
or force
drama.
him to finish it.
And there's like minor stuff that's annoying, like all the acronyms, which I get. Like you're doing military stuff, everything is a fucking acronym.
It was over dramatic. I know it's the end of the world, okay, which is kind of dramatic, but it was The drama was off the scale.
Well, and you just know the fucking writer's like, well, we won't give him. We'll leave it up to your interpretation. Does the nuke hit? Do we retaliate? It's like, no. Answer one of the. If you're going to pose these questions, answer one of them. If you're going to tell the same shitty story 3 times, you have to conclude it at some point.
Like when the officer in charge of the missile silo runs outside to puke on the ground.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous. If that's your personality, you would never be there.
Well, that's the thing is like, okay, he failed at his job. And that's why earlier I was like, okay, what? Like, that's just it. If you miss it once, that's it.
Well,
like,
we don't know.
Well, that's the other thing.
They
Yeah.
might have taken another shot. We didn't get to see that.
So just looking at his credits really quick, what else did Noah Oppenheimer is the writer of this movie. Netflix, you need to, what he wrote, 0 Day. That's the one with De Niro as the former U.S. president. I don't think I've seen that. So actually, he's just written these 2 political thriller movies. I haven't seen the other, but Jesus Christ. I mean, well, Boomer, go ahead and give your rating for A House of Dynamite. Movie you picked, by the way.
Yeah, I picked it. Give me back my time.
You know, we finally agree. Give me back my fucking time.
I can't believe it. I want to change. Wait, I want to change.
Yeah. Could you go lower? I could probably go lower. If we're just going to make up
I could
ratings
go lower,
every week.
but then we'd have to put him in jail, and we already did that.
Well,
once.
I don't want to. He doesn't need to go to jail because then he'll just write some.
We could put him in a missile silo.
You know what? Yeah, put him in the
Or
missile.
put him in a time loop where he starts the same day over again, like he does his movie in Groundhog Day.
Yeah, Groundhog's Day. You know what? I think like a year's worth of Groundhog's Day. I think that would be a good
So this was like a
punishment.
nuclear fallout Groundhog's Day.
Kind of, but like Groundhog's
But
Day,
not
at least that was part
entertaining.
of the story, like that
Yeah.
he's reliving.
Yeah.
The audience, got Groundhog's Day by the writer. Like,
Right.
we're forced to relive the same story
Yeah.
with no new details every time, 3 times.
Yes.
And it's for why? Why? Netflix, come on, step your game up. This is getting ridiculous. All right, well, everybody, that was our review of A House of Dynamite. Did you like it? Have you seen it? Do you agree with us? Finally, the Boomer and I are for once on the same page. 1 out of 5 stars. Do you have anything to say to the people, Boomer?
Let's just start over at the beginning again.
Yeah, okay. Welcome, everybody. Just kidding. Goodbye.